All right, so you're thinking about a career as a waste management officer,
That's great.
and you're probably starting to think about the interview.
Yeah,
So today we're going to do a deep dive into some typical interview questions for this kind of role.
we're going to help you get ready.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've got a bunch of resources, we've got some career guides, we've even got real interview questions to look at,
Yeah.
and even some AI magic to kind of help you along.
Very cool.
So let's jump right in.
Sounds good.
One of the first questions you might get is, can you tell us about your experience with waste management regulations?
Oh, yeah, that's a classic.
I know, right? Yeah, it seems really straightforward, but
It is.
it can be kind of tricky.
Yeah, you don't want to just list regulations.
Yeah.
Think back to your actual experiences.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever had to implement a new recycling program
Ooh, yeah.
or advise a company on how to dispose of hazardous waste?
Those are the kinds of things they want to hear.
Yeah, those are the stories that'll make you stand out.
For sure.
Yeah.
So don't just tell them what you know.
Right.
Tell them what you've done.
Exactly.
Like, have you helped a company reduce their landfill waste
Ooh, good.
by a certain percentage? Or did you have to navigate any tricky permitting processes?
Yeah, get specific.
Yeah. The more specific, the better.
Yeah.
Quantify, quantify, quantify.
Exactly. And be ready for follow-up questions.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They're going to want to dig deeper.
Right. They might ask you about specific regulations or even give you a hypothetical scenario.
It's all about seeing how you think on your feet.
Oh, and this is where RoleCatcher can be so helpful.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
It's this AI-powered platform
Okay.
that analyzes job descriptions and figures out exactly what employers are looking for.
That's cool.
Yeah. So you can use RoleCatcher to tailor your answers to this specific job.
Oh, I see.
Like, which regulations are they most interested in?
That makes sense.
Yeah, you can really highlight those in your response. Okay, next question. How do you stay up to date with the latest waste management practices and technologies?
Oh, good one.
This field is constantly changing.
Yeah, it is.
There's always something new happening.
Absolutely.
You know, think about waste energy systems
Oh, for sure.
or advanced recycling technologies, all that cool stuff.
Waste management's not standing still.
Exactly. So they want to know that you're genuinely interested in keeping up.
Yeah, you got to show that curiosity.
Yeah, and that you're proactive.
Don't just say, oh, yeah, I'm interested in new technologies. Name some.
Right, be specific.
Yeah, mention some industry publications you read.
Ooh, good idea.
Conferences you've attended, online courses you've taken.
Right, prove it.
Exactly. Show them you're serious.
And don't be afraid to geek out a little.
I love that. Passion goes a long way.
Absolutely, like maybe you're fascinated by anaerobic digestion
Cool.
or the potential of bioplastics.
Yeah,
Sharing those passions can make you a more memorable candidate.
for sure. They'll remember the person who's genuinely excited.
That's exactly.
And guess what? RoleCatcher can even suggest some relevant resources.
Oh, wow. It's like having a personal librarian.
Yeah, it can point you to articles, websites, whatever's most up to date for this particular job.
It's credible.
It's like having a secret weapon.
All right, let's move on to a question that really tests your problem-solving skills.
Okay, hit me.
Can you describe a time when you had to resolve a conflict or issue related to waste management?
Ooh, a challenge.
I know, right?
Right.
This one's all about storytelling.
Yeah, they want to hear a good story.
So pick a compelling example, something that shows you can navigate challenges and find solutions.
Maybe a time you had to mediate a dispute
Ooh, good one.
between, say, some residents and a waste management facility.
Yeah, or maybe you had to come up with a creative solution
I like it.
to a budget shortfall.
Oh, that's a real one.
It happens.
Yeah.
But the key here is to walk them through your thought process.
Yes. Show them how you think.
Like, what were the challenges you faced? How did you gather information
Mm-hmm.
and evaluate different options?
They want the behind the scenes.
Right. And what was the outcome?
Did you save the day?
Exactly.
Tell them how you did it.
Now, remember, this is also an opportunity to showcase your communication and interpersonal skills.
Oh, for sure. That's huge in this field.
Did you have to negotiate with stakeholders?
Yep.
Build consensus among a team?
Those are gold.
Yeah, those are valuable skills for any waste management officer.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's shift gears to a question that really highlights the importance of this role.
Okay, bring it on.
How do you ensure the safety of employees and contractors involved in waste management activities?
Oh, that's a big one.
This isn't just about knowing the rules.
Right.
It's about putting them into practice.
It's about walking the walk.
Exactly.
You got to show them you understand safety regulations.
Right, and that you have a proactive approach to risk management.
Think training programs, safety audits, regular inspections, anything that proves you take safety seriously.
Yeah, and again, don't be afraid to get specific.
Love that.
Have you ever implemented a new safety protocol that reduced accidents
Great example.
or identified a potential hazard and took steps to mitigate it?
Those are the kinds of stories that'll make an impression.
For sure, it shows you're not just talking the talk.
Right, you're living it.
And guess what? RoleCatcher can help here too.
Of course it can.
It can point out the specific safety certifications
Oh yeah, those are important.
or qualifications that are most relevant to this particular role.
So you can really show them you're the right person for the job.
Exactly.
It's like RoleCatcher is your personal cheerleader.
I love it.
Okay, what's next?
All right, let's tackle a question that gets to the heart of a waste management officer's responsibilities. How do you ensure compliance with environmental and safety regulations in waste management?
Okay, compliance, that's key.
So this is where your knowledge of the rules and regulations really comes into play.
Yeah, you gotta know your stuff.
You need to be familiar with local, state, and federal regulations and show that you understand how they apply to waste management practices.
It's not just about knowing them, it's about applying them.
Exactly. Think permitting processes,
Yeah.
waste characterization, disposal requirements, the whole 9 yards.
We gotta cover all the bases.
But it's not just about knowing the rules. It's about enforcing them.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Have you ever conducted audits, developed compliance training programs,
Love it.
implemented tracking systems to monitor waste streams?
Those are all fantastic examples.
Show them you have a system in place
Yeah, sister.
for ensuring compliance and that you're proactive
Proactive is key.
in identifying and addressing potential violations.
They want someone who's on top of it,
Absolutely.
not waiting for problems to happen.
And you guessed it, RoleCatcher can help here too.
I knew you were gonna say that.
It can analyze the job description to figure out which regulatory agencies
Oh
or
yeah.
frameworks are most important.
That way you can focus your answer on the stuff they really care about.
So you can really tailor your response and highlight your knowledge of the most critical regulations.
Brilliant. RoleCatcher is like having a personalized cheat sheet for the interview.
Okay, ready for a question that's all about leadership.
Bring it on. I love leadership questions.
All right, here it is. Can you share an example of a successful waste management project you have led?
This is your time to shine.
Yes, this is your chance to showcase your skills and experience.
Think of a project that really made a difference.
Something with tangible results.
Like reducing waste generation, increasing recycling rates.
Ooh, or implementing a new composting program.
Awesome.
Choose a project that shows you can plan, execute, and achieve results.
It's all about showing them you're a doer,
And walk them through the project from start to finish.
like you're telling a story.
Yeah, a story with a happy ending.
What were the goals? What challenges did you face? How did you overcome them? And what were the outcomes?
Yeah, take them on a journey.
A waste management adventure.
Exactly.
And don't be afraid to get into the nitty-gritty details.
Oh yeah, the details are important.
Did you manage a budget? Collaborate with different stakeholders? Navigate bureaucratic hurdles?
Those are all valuable experiences that demonstrate your leadership capabilities.
And don't forget to quantify your impact.
Right, numbers matter.
Did you reduce waste by a certain percentage? Divert a specific tonnage of material from landfills? Those numbers will make your story even more impressive.
They love numbers.
Numbers speak louder than words.
All right, ready for a question that requires some strategic thinking.
I'm ready. Let's get strategic.
Okay, here we go. How do you prioritize competing demands in waste management, such as cost, environmental impact, and safety?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I know, right? This is where things can get tricky.
It's a balancing act.
Waste management often involves juggling competing priorities.
Yeah, you can't always have it all.
So the interviewer wants to see how you approach these complex decisions.
They want to know you can think critically.
Do you have a framework for evaluating different options?
Mm-hmm.
Do you involve stakeholders in the decision-making process?
That's important.
Are there any guiding principles that inform your approach?
Like a moral compass for waste management.
I like that.
So think about a time when you had to make a tough decision.
Oh, I've had a few of those.
Maybe you had to choose between a more expensive but environmentally friendly disposal method
Ooh, that's a classic dilemma.
or a cheaper option with a higher environmental impact.
It's a tough call.
It is.
But walk them through your thought process.
Let them see inside your brain.
How did you weigh the different factors?
Mm-hmm.
Who did you consult?
And how did you ultimately arrive at your decision?
It's okay to acknowledge that there are trade-offs involved.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It shows that you understand the complexity of the issues
And that you're not afraid of tough choices.
and that you're willing to make those tough calls when necessary.
Exactly. It shows you're a leader.
All right, let's move on to a question that focuses on evaluating the effectiveness of your efforts.
Okay, sounds interesting.
How do you measure the effectiveness of waste management programs and initiatives?
Oh, that's a good one.
It's not enough to just implement programs.
Right.
You need to track their impact.
I've got to know if they're actually working.
So what metrics do you use to measure success?
Good question.
Are you tracking waste diversion rates, recycling participation,
Yep.
cost savings, environmental compliance?
All important factors.
Think about data collection and analysis.
That's where the real insights are.
Do you use spreadsheets, software programs?
Whatever gets the job done.
And how do you present your findings to stakeholders
You got to make it clear and compelling.
in a way that they can understand?
Absolutely.
So be prepared to discuss a specific program you evaluated
Okay.
and the results you achieved.
Did you identify areas for improvement?
Ooh, that's a good point.
Did you make any adjustments based on your findings?
It shows you're always learning and adapting.
That's what they want to see.
And you know what?
Yeah.
RoleCatcher can be helpful here too.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
It can help you identify the key performance indicators that are most relevant to this particular role.
So you can focus on the metrics they really care about.
So you can tailor your answer to highlight your ability to measure and report on the success of waste management programs.
It's like RoleCatcher is your interview wingman.
I love it. Okay, brace yourself for this one.
Oh boy, here we go.
Can you describe a time when you had to manage a crisis related to waste management?
Crisis management, that's a tough one.
This is where your ability to stay calm under pressure and lead effectively really comes into play.
You got to be cool under fire.
Think about a situation that required quick thinking and decisive action.
Like an unexpected spill.
Ooh, good one.
Or a contamination issue.
Yeah, or maybe a public outcry over a proposed landfill.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Or even a major equipment malfunction.
Those are all real possibilities in this field.
So what steps did you take to contain the situation? How did you communicate with stakeholders?
That's crucial.
Did you have a crisis management plan in place?
Being prepared is everything.
So walk the interviewer through your response.
Yeah, paint them a picture.
Emphasizing your ability to assess the situation, make critical decisions, and take action to mitigate the impact of the crisis.
Show them you can handle the heat.
And don't forget to discuss the lessons you learned from the experience.
Oh, that's a good point.
How would you handle a similar situation differently in the future?
It shows you're always growing and learning.
It's about showing that you can learn from your mistakes.
Yep.
And that you're constantly striving to improve your crisis management skills.
That's the kind of person they want on their team.
Okay, let's shift gears slightly with this question.
Okay, I'm ready for a gear shift.
How do you approach stakeholder engagement in waste management, such as local communities, regulatory agencies, and internal stakeholders?
Stakeholder engagement, that's a big part of the job.
Waste management isn't just about technical knowledge.
Right.
It's about people.
It's about relationships.
You need to be able to build relationships, communicate effectively, and navigate potentially conflicting interests.
It can be a bit of a juggling act.
Do you have experience organizing public meetings, working with community groups,
Yep.
collaborating with government agencies?
All part of the job.
Think about a time when you had to build consensus
Oh, that's a tough one.
or address concerns.
It can be challenging, but it's so rewarding.
How did you approach the situation? What strategies did you use to communicate effectively and build trust?
Trust is key.
What were the outcomes?
Did you bring people together?
They're looking for someone who can be a bridge builder
A peacemaker.
and a problem solver.
Someone who can find common ground.
Someone who can bring people together to achieve common goals.
That's the heart of stakeholder engagement.
And you know what?
What?
RoleCatcher can help you here too.
I knew it. RoleCatcher to the rescue again.
It can help you identify the key stakeholders for this particular role.
Oh, that's helpful.
So you can tailor your answer to demonstrate your understanding of the specific relationships and dynamics you'll be navigating.
It's like having a roadmap for stakeholder engagement.
Exactly.
I love it.
So there you have it.
A whole bunch of tough interview questions.
And some strategies for tackling them.
Plus, a little help from our friend, RoleCatcher.
And remember, it's not just about reciting answers.
Right.
It's about showing them who you are,
Yep.
what you've done,
Uh-huh.
and what you're passionate about.
That's what'll make you stand out.
So go out there and rock those interviews.
You got this.
We believe in you.
I do too. So it seems like we're seeing this question again. How do you stay up to date with the latest waste management practices and technologies?
It does look like our interview guide's got a little bit of repetition going on.
Yeah.
But you know what? Maybe it's for a reason.
Maybe.
Because it really emphasizes how important it is to keep learning
Absolutely.
in this field,
Yeah.
waste management.
Yeah, it's not static.
It's constantly changing.
For sure.
New technologies, new strategies popping up all the time.
You gotta stay ahead of the curve.
What was cutting edge like 5 years ago might be old news now.
That's so true.
Like, I was reading the career guide about waste to energy.
Oh, yeah.
So cool, turning garbage into electricity.
Sounds futuristic,
I know, right?
but it's actually happening.
It is. It's like, it's happening now.
That's amazing.
I know. And there's different methods, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like incineration, which has been around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But it can have some air quality issues.
That's true.
And then there's anaerobic digestion,
Ooh, yeah, that one's interesting.
which produces biogas.
Yep.
But it needs specific types of organic waste.
Right, not everything works.
So, staying up on all these little details,
Yes, that's what sets you apart.
that's what they're looking for.
Exactly.
Like, okay, you know the basics of waste to energy,
All right.
but can you talk about, like, the specific challenges facing its adoption in your region?
Ooh, good one.
Or, like, can you compare the environmental impact
Mm-hmm.
of different waste to energy technologies?
That's getting into the weeds.
That's the level they want to see.
They want the deep dive.
You do.
And that's where RoleCatcher can be so helpful.
Oh, of course.
So let's say this job really emphasizes sustainability
Ah.
and moving away from landfills.
Uh-huh.
RoleCatcher's AI can find all the latest research on waste to energy
Wow.
and even help you tailor your answers to mention those innovations.
It's like a cheat sheet, but like a super smart one.
Yeah, way better than just Googling it.
So, we've been talking about the interview a lot,
Yeah.
but the career guide also talks about different career paths.
Oh, yeah, it's not a one-way street.
You don't have to stay in the same lane forever.
Right, you can specialize.
You can specialize in hazardous waste management.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole different ballgame.
You need some serious knowledge for that.
You gotta know your regulations.
Treatment methods,
All that good stuff.
or you could focus on recycling.
Oh, yeah, that's a hot topic.
I know, always changing.
There's always new sorting technologies.
And trying to find markets for the recycled materials.
Yeah, that's a big challenge.
Some people even go into management,
Oh, yeah.
overseeing whole waste management programs.
For cities or big companies,
Right.
that's a lot of responsibility.
It is. Or they become consultants,
Consultant.
advising businesses on how to be more eco-friendly.
Oh, that's cool.
I know. So the point is, there are options.
Yeah, you're not stuck.
So when they ask, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, yeah, that question.
You could show them you've actually thought about it
He's got a plan.
and maybe mention something that aligns with what they do.
Smart.
Now, before we move on,
Yeah.
we got to talk about certifications.
Oh, yeah, those are important.
The career guide mentions a few,
Mm-hmm.
like the Waste Management Professional Certification.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that one.
It's offered by SWANA,
Swana.
the Solid Waste Association of North America.
Oh.
It shows that you're
It lifts
committed,
professional standards.
and it can help you get more senior roles.
Makes sense.
And then there's the Environmental Management System Auditor Certification.
Ooh, that sounds intense.
If you want to audit facilities for environmental compliance,
That's a big job.
it is. And then there's the SWANA certification,
Another Swana one.
specifically for solid waste management.
So all these certifications, they show that you've gone above and beyond.
Yeah, you're not just messing around.
You're serious about this.
You've invested in yourself.
And guess what? RoleCatcher can often tell you which certifications are most valued for specific jobs.
Of course it can.
It's like having a personal career advisor.
It really is.
It's amazing.
So, I think we've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
All those tough interview questions,
We tackled them,
career paths,
explored them.
and RoleCatcher.
Our AI friend.
I know. But before we wrap up,
Yeah.
I want to take a step back
Okay.
and remember why this all matters.
Why we're even here.
Yeah. What makes being a waste management officer so important?
That's a good point. It's easy to get lost in the interview prep.
And forget about the bigger picture,
The why.
the why.
So why is this job so significant?
Well, at its core, it's about protecting our planet
Oh, yeah.
and keeping people healthy.
That's huge.
I know we generate so much waste globally,
It's insane.
over 2 billion tons every year.
Wow, that's a lot of garbage.
It is, and if we don't manage it properly,
Uh-oh.
it can pollute our soil and water,
Bad news.
pollute the air we breathe,
Yeah, that's not good.
and even contribute to climate change.
It's all connected.
It is, and waste management officers are on the front lines.
The heroes of waste.
I like it.
Fighting the good fight.
They're developing solutions,
Mm-hmm.
making sure waste is handled responsibly,
And sustainably.
working to reduce our reliance on landfills,
Yes, less landfills.
promote recycling and composting,
Those are good things.
and explore new technologies like waste to energy.
We talked about that
It's a job that makes a real difference,
in our communities.
and in the world.
I love that.
And as the world's population grows,
And we keep buying more stuff.
we're going to need more waste management officers.
More heroes.
So if you're passionate about sustainability,
in making a difference.
this could be the career for you.
Absolutely.
But to land that dream job,
Yeah.
you need more than just passion.
You got to be prepared.
You need knowledge,
And the right tools.
which is where we come in.
That's right. We've got your back.
We've talked about the tough interview questions,
We did.
explored the career paths, and introduced you to RoleCatcher.
Your AI sidekick.
But the real preparation
Yeah.
comes from you.
It does.
Your initiative,
Your willingness to learn.
your commitment to making a positive impact.
That's what it's all about.
But we can't let you go without a little challenge.
Oh, I love a challenge.
So to really stand out,
Okay.
go beyond the textbook answers.
What do you mean?
Pick a recent innovation in waste management,
Ooh, like what?
maybe a new sorting technology,
Okay.
or a groundbreaking recycling process,
What's listening?
or even a community-led composting initiative,
I like it.
and dive deep into it.
Really get into the nitty-gritty.
Research the challenges, the potential benefit.
The real-world application.
Bring that knowledge and enthusiasm to your interview.
That's a great idea.
It shows you're not just reciting facts.
Right. You're actually thinking about this stuff.
You're engaged.
You're passionate.
You're a future leader in waste management,
That's what they want to see.
and that passion.
That's what will make you unforgettable.
So, before we go,
Yeah.
check out RoleCatcher.
Seriously, it's amazing.
It can help you with everything.
From your CV to your interview skills.
It's an incredible resource.
Use it. You won't regret it.
We're so excited for you
Me too.
and your journey into this important field.
It's a good field to be in.
Good luck with your interview.
You got this.
We know you're going to crush it.
I believe in you. Well, that just about wraps up our deep dive into the Waste Management Officer interview.
I know. Can you believe we covered all that?
A lot to think about.
We went through those tough interview questions.
Yeah, we did.
And all those different career paths.
You've got options.
And of course, RoleCatcher.
Our favorite AI tool.
It really is amazing.
It is.
But, remember, the interview's just the first step.
It is.
It's about getting your foot in the door.
And then the real work begins.
Yeah, it's a challenging field, but it's also incredibly rewarding.
You're making a difference.
Protecting the planet,
Yeah,
shaping a more sustainable future.
that's what it's all about.
So as you go out there and face those interviews,
Yeah,
remember everything we've talked about.
all the tips and tricks.
Showcase your experience.
Yeah.
Show them your passion.
Let them see your enthusiasm.
Let it shine through.
And remember, a well-prepared mind
And a dedicated heart.
can make all the difference.
Good luck out there.
You're going to do great.
We're rooting for you.
I am too.